Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of What's New in Tackle Warehouse. Fall is just about full swing all across the country. Days are getting shorter, the nights are getting colder. Now's the time to be out fishing. Don't get stuck at home watching football. This time of year is when I've caught some of my biggest fish of the year, late fall, early winter. Great time to be out. We got a few things here from Strike King. Bunch of stuff has come in. You're definitely going to want to check out the Strike King page. We got the first one here is a new KVD 2.5 wake bait. So what they've done is they've taken that proven 2.5 square bill body and they put a new bill on it. It's precisely angled and perfectly balanced, so this thing runs just right on the surface and creates that nice waking action. It's got a really loud rattle in it, so really calls the fish up. And what's cool about this wake bait, it's balanced. You can burn it as fast as you want. It's not going to tumble or start swimming off to the side like other wake baits tend to do sometimes. Definitely going to want to check that one out from Strike King. Next one up, another proven bait by Strike King, is their new Sexy Dog Hard Knock. So the Sexy Dog, they've had it out for years now. It's a great topwater bait, real easy to walk the dog action. Now they've just added a new sound to it. So instead of the traditional rattles, they've got just the hard one knocker sound in there. So, just a little bit different. I personally like the one knocker style topwater. It's just different than most of the other multi-chamber rattling systems out there. So if you're on a bite and they're biting one bait and you want to change the sound up to have one of these tied on, you can throw it in there, maybe get a few more fish to bite. Just cool new topwater there by Strike King. Also by Strike King, we got a bunch of new hard bait colors. So just like one of the previous videos where we had all the new soft bait colors that run throughout most of the Strike King line, most of these hard baits run throughout most of the Strike King line as well. So we got a new chartreuse and blue like splatterback color. One of my favorites of the new colors, this new Phantom Watermelon Cross. So dark watermelon, red flake, red belly on there, just an awesome color. This is gonna be deadly in the springtime. Also works really good in the fall as well. Don't overlook the craw baits in the fall time. A couple new ones they got here is the new Bully, so more of a bluegill pattern, real bright chartreuse. They got a shizzle color, more of like a clear water shad type color. It's got a little bit of iridescent blue in it, really cool. It almost looks like a custom color. And then the last one, they got new Tennessee Shad 2.0. So just made it a little bit more, put a few more accents in there just to kind of make it pop a little bit more than the original Tennessee Shad. Just, a bunch of great colors there just throughout all the Strike King baits. All right, next up from Creme Lures. So Creme Lures, if you're not familiar with them, they made the original plastic worm, I believe, in 1949. And they have been making soft plastics ever since. So this is the tube worm. They used to make this a long time ago and they've brought it back. It's a really cool worm, unlike most other worms out there on the market. So from the egg sac up here, it's got a solid head design and this whole tail is actually a hollow tube. And what's cool about that is it'll stand straight up on the bottom and then you have those little tube, small little tube tentacles. What's also unique about it, if you rig this on an unpegged Texas rig with, I believe, a light wire 2 or 3/0 hook, this worm will actually float your hook up off the bottom. So your weight will stay down there and this thing will float right back up. Just gets a little bit different action and just a cool little design. You can throw this on a shaky head, Carolina rig, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. All right, next up, we got the original Dixie Dancer spinnerbait. So I know these aren't new, we just finally got them into Tackle Warehouse. We're stoked to start carrying these. We got the original Dixie Dancer spinnerbait here and we got these in a bunch of different blade configurations. So this one's a double Indiana. We have single Indiana. I believe we have Colorado Willow as well. Just old school spinnerbait that's been catching fish for decades. What I like about these is it has the twist line tied instead of the R-bend. So you don't have to worry about your line sliding down the line, down the frame of the spinnerbait or anything like that. And one of the other cool things on here that I thought was the most genius thing to ever do with the trailer hook is they come pre-rigged with the trailer hook and they have a small grub actually threaded onto the shank of the trailer hook. So you get the action of a soft plastic trailer and a trailer hook. I pretty much throw a soft plastic trailer on my spinnerbaits 90% of the time, and I always want to put a trailer hook on, but can't ever get it to work right and end up fouling all the time. But this is just an awesome idea. I can't believe no one's ever thought of that, to put that on a spinnerbait and sell it like that. Just cool spinnerbait design. And then they also got their new, or it's not new, their little itty bitty spinnerbait. So this is a 16th ounce, comes this little blade on here. And you tie this on, it's just gonna be, a fish catching machine. You'll be able to catch everything from bass to walleye, bluegills, crappies, everything that swims will eat this little guy. Another great bait to give to a kid. They can just throw this around and they're gonna catch fish all day on that. Cool little spinnerbait. All right, next up from river to sea, we kind of got a different style of lipless crankbait. So this is the Diver Vibe lipless crankbait. What this is a fully lead body encased in a hard resin shell. So unlike your traditional just plastic lipless crankbaits, this thing weighs a ton. I believe this one weighs 1.75 ounces. So you cast this thing, you can empty the spool if you want to chuck this thing out there. And you're not going to have any issues throwing it into the wind. What's cool about it is it doesn't have any rattles in there. It's completely silent. So because it's so heavy, it's going to have a much different vibration than all your other hard plastic lipless crankbaits. So it's going to have a lower frequency thumping action and just a little bit different than all the other liplesses out there. What's cool about it too is it comes with this like double frog hook on the tail here that you can actually slide off, and they give you a replacement willow leaf blade, so you can actually turn it into a tail spinner if you want to. And then on the top, they have the snap with the 2 line ties, so you can adjust the amount of vibration that the bait has as well. All right, next up from G-Nius, we got the special blade system here. So what this is an attachment for your spinnerbaits. So you can add this through the line tie of your spinnerbaits, and it puts 2 more arms and 4 more blades onto your spinnerbait. So we rigged one up here just to show you guys kind of what you can build with it. It's a really cool design. Adds a lot of flash. This time of the year, there's a lot of small bait fish, and just having all those small little willow leaf blades will really attract a lot of bites. And if you're on the fence about trying to get into umbrella rig fishing, this is kind of a stepping stone to it. So you can have kind of that big profile, but you don't have to have, a rig with 5 swim baits on it, 5 lead heads, and you don't have to buy a specialty rod and reel setup just to throw that thing. So just a cool little design, a little bit, make your spinnerbaits get a little bit more flash and vibration. A cool little accessory to have in the tackle box. All right, from VMC. I know a lot of people have been waiting for these for a long time. So at ICAST, they debuted the new Tokyo rigs. So we got the HD flipping hook version, and then we got the HD worm hook version. So if you're looking for something different, instead of having the straight EWG hook, which it originally came with, now you got more options. So, for a little bit heavier cover, for times when you want to throw a little bit slimmer bait and have a, not a wide gap hook. So VMC's got you covered now. All right, from Big Bite Baits. Got a couple new terminal pieces as well. So this first one right here is the shorty head. So what this is it's like a weedless Ned head. So you can rig up your little stick bait on there, and it's going to be completely weedless. Throw it through cover, never going to get snagged. And it comes with a Gamakatsu hook on there, so premium components. And then we've also got their new swimmer head. So really finesse style swim bait head. It's going to be good for those like 3-4 inch swim baits. It's got the double barb keeper on there, so it's going to hold those plastics on there really well. And just like the shorty head, it's got a Gamakatsu hook on it. So with the Big Bite stuff, you're getting an awesome value with Gamakatsu components at a great price. All right, from Wind Grips, we got new Tackle Warehouse Wind Grip reel grip sleeves. So if you got a reel that you don't really like the grip system on it, instead of buying a whole new handle, try out some of these Wind Grips. They are awesome. I have them on a few rods as well. When it's wet, they're super tacky, and they just have just a nice big comfortable grip on there. So we're stoked the Tackle Warehouse one's got our little fish logo on there. Just a cool thing to add to your reels. All right, for all the big bait guys, we know swim bait season is right around the corner. So it's starting to get cold. Fish are going to start eating the big baits, especially the big glide baits. So this is a new Baitsanity antidote. We just added a new color. Just wanted to show you guys this new perch pattern that they came out with. The antidote is a super cool glide bait. It's 7.5 inches long. You don't need a gigantic rod to throw it. It has a really wide, S-curving action to it. And now we've added a new color. Even if you have an area where you don't have perch in your area, this bright, bold color will actually help trigger some strikes. It's just something that, fish have never seen, and everyone tries to go with the most natural looking color. Sometimes a big, bright, bold color is the way to go. Trigger some extra bites. All right, from Sunline, we got the new Dew Strike fluorocarbon. So this line right here, specifically designed by Brett Height for chatterbait fishing or vibrating jig fishing. I believe we have it in 12 to 20 pound test. It's actually a different color than your standard Sniper FC. So it's like a smoke green, or a green and a smoke color blended together. So they're alternating, so it's kind of a camouflage pattern, which is going to be great for fishing through vegetation. And it's a different blend of fluorocarbon resin, so it has a little bit more stretch than your normal fluorocarbon. So it's going to be good for vibrating jigs, spinner baits, even swim jigs, square bill crankbaits, anything like that where you want a little bit stretchier of a line. Definitely going to want to check this out. All right, next up from Lures, we got a bunch of stuff. So this first one here is the new Mach 2 SLP casting reel. Not only does it look cool, this is an awesome reel at a great price. It's got the graphite side plates and frame on there, so super lightweight. It's got a 10 bearing system in it, so it's extremely smooth. What I like about it too is it has the audible clicks on the tension knob and on the drag. Just a nice feature to have. And then it's got the brake system on the outside. Cool reel, it only comes in at $139.99. You can't beat the value on that one. Next up from Lures, one that I like the most actually, the Super Duty GX3. So I've had a Super Duty for, I believe, from like 3 generations ago, and that thing's bulletproof. You cannot beat that reel. If you're looking for a reel to do more heavy duty applications, Super Duty's got a deep spool in it, so I believe it holds 190 yards of 14-pound test. So you can put a ton of line on this. This is good for anything from, you know, throwing swim baits, A-rigs, you know, big giant crankbaits, you know, big jigs, flipping, frogging, just all that heavy duty stuff where you need more line capacity. This is gonna be the one you wanna get. It's also got a bait clicker on the side, because it holds enough line for you guys that do, you know, like to troll and stuff like that, or just do some bait fishing. You got the bait clicker on the side. It's got the big handle with the combat grip knobs, and then the combat grip right there on the spool release as well. All right, last thing from Lures. We got the new Lures Mach casting rods and spinning rods as well. $79.99, hard to beat value on these. Aluminum oxide guide, so you can run braid through these. They're never gonna wear grooves or anything like that. Got Lures skeleton reel seat, so it's super comfortable. You get a lot of contact with the blank, so really sensitive. And the wing grip on there as well. Just awesome rod there by Lures. All right, last rod we got from Master Fishing. We got the new Mighty Mite combo rod. So not only for kids, this is cool to throw in the back of your truck in your golf bag when you're out fishing or you're out golfing and you see a fish, you can throw a bait in there and no one's gonna catch you doing it. Just a cool little combo. I think it's $13.99. You know, holiday season's coming right around the corner. It's a great gift for little kids, get them into fishing. Easy to use. They're not gonna have to use a 4, 5, 6 foot rod and it's too unwieldy for them. Real simple, comes with 4-pound test on it. Just a cool little gift there for kids and to have in, you know, back of your truck or something like that. All right, last up, we got a bunch of stuff from Gamakatsu. We got a bunch of different bags. So this first one is their dry bag. This is the 10 liter. There's a 20 liter as well. So just a cool thing to have inside your boat or your truck or anything like that. You can, it rolls up, completely watertight. You can store things in there and you're never gonna get water in them. I believe this one's $14.99 and then 20 liters $20.99. So, you know, just a small price to pay to keep all your stuff protected. All right, and then we also got their shoulder strap bag. This is gonna be awesome for going around bank fishing and around here locally. We do a lot of surf perch fishing on the coast. You know, it comes with the 2 boxes in here, so it holds, you know, just the right amount of tackle for just going out on small trips when you don't need a lot of stuff. And the shoulder strap, you know, keep it behind you and, you know, kind of out of the way, and you're not lugging around a big backpack. And speaking of backpacks, we also got a Gamakatsu backpack as well. So if you need room to carry a little bit more gear, this is an awesome configuration and super high quality bag for, I believe it's 99 bucks. It's a great price. Folds down right here. It's got 3 boxes already inside of it. And then you can open up the top here and there's a big storage compartment inside, pockets, another pocket on the front, drink holders, and it's got a strap so you can actually, you know, put rods in the side and strap them down. So just, you know, sweet backpacks and, you know, all around bags there from Gamakatsu. All right, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of What's New in Tackle Warehouse. For more information or purchase these products in your day, make sure to click shop or link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments section which one of these products you're most pumped about.